Good morning, everyone. This is Erin and Rudy here again with another mukbang breakfast. Yum, yum, yum. Eat up.
It is a good breakfast.
We said our prayer. We prayed for the political prisoners. We call them the P3s, Patriot Political Prisoners. And, there's so much division from the devil, and he's trying to cause mayhem among the Christian brothers and sisters, and we are learning every day his tips, tricks, tools, and strategies for making all the division he can. We've learned a lot this week, haven't we, dear?
Yeah. I got a story to tell.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, so sometimes when you work for a new team in a company, like a new group of people coming together, they bring you to like a team meeting to like bond, right? To get to know each other and to work with one another.
Or like those trust things where you fall back.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Kinda. And one of the team activities they had that really struck me and made an impression on me was they had everybody go around the table, and everyone told 3 things about themselves to introduce themselves, because everybody's So you tell 3 things about yourself, but 2 of them were going to be true, and 1 of them was a lie.
Ooh.
And so they wanted like everybody to guess like what was the lie and what was true.
That's interesting.
And I was terrible.
What did you say?
I mean, I never got the answer. I never could figure out what the lie was. So
yeah, I don't know if I would be good at that or not. I usually trust people until they cross me, but once they cross me, I don't waste any more time. I'm too busy for games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust and trust is an incredible thing. It's
You don't need to be rich to have credibility or integrity, or it's something you can't buy.
You can't buy it, and you can't. It's exactly, you can't buy it. It comes through your actions as you live on this earth and the decisions that you make, and it has nothing to do with your monetary wealth, right? You can't buy integrity.
You can't sell it.
Yeah.
It's like common sense, which isn't very common these days. Unfortunately. So you like my new bangs? I got a haircut.
I love your new bangs, baby.
My hair is just wild and crazy.
Are you looking forward to the...
I can't wait till tonight. We're going to meet Chris Ann Hall, and we're going to tell her about all the P3s, and we're especially going to ask her about Skylar Barbeau. I know he really has been trying to reach out to her and find out if there's any advice that she might be able to offer him.
He called us last night, right?
Yep. Yeah.
He said that he loved Chris Ann Hall, and he said that when he heard her speak about the Constitution, that it inspired him.
To tears.
Yeah, he said tears, right?
Yep.
And now he's facing 10 years in prison. His so-called short-barreled automatic rifle was not even assembled. It was not even assembled. I mean, how can you put somebody in prison for 10 years and the barrel... at least the photos I saw, it was not assembled,
About the Support the Blue Line thing, I read on the internet today a very interesting observation.
Regarding what?
Supporting the Blue Line, the police.
Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty controversial, this discussion, but it was about, who are the terrorists in our country? And you can go on YouTube and you can search out, specifically in the United States, violence on innocent citizens. And you will find more police violence on citizens than you will on citizens by Muslims.
What do you think of the Jeff Winehouse videos? Did you watch them?
I did. FreeBulletinMan.com.
Oh my goodness.
I know, it was very upsetting. So I'm just
Not only did they try to murder him, but then they stuck him in prison after 30 years when the Lord allowed him to live.
Yep. It was shown in the bumper of the car on his secret spy video watch that he never drew a gun, and his FBI investigators were going to testify to that, but that was exculpatory evidence that was left out of the court. It's a lot of exculpatory evidence, and a lot of people are telling me to contact the Innocence Project, but I don't see anything on there about them defending Christian patriot political prisoners and exculpatory evidence and judiciary fraud and prosecutorial fraud. So I don't think we're on the same page as that. And I have reached out to them before, but you know, same thing with Jay Sekulow. They're not interested in this really hot potato third rail topic.
Who's that other fancy lawyer with the dresses like a cowboy and he's very famous?
Lawyer. Oh yeah, you mentioned
Spence.
You called
it's
him,
Spence.
didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Spence?
He says,
Jerry Spence.
Yeah.
He doesn't want help.
No. It's almost too.
He did call us back, and I don't mean to be so upset with him, but it was something about. He gave a lot of reasons. It wasn't him; it was one of his representatives. But we've had no luck with Jerry Spence, no luck with Jay Sekulow, no luck with the Innocence Project.
Or the Martyrs. What's that? Something Martyrs? Christian Martyrs? Some big Christian organization.
What about them shutting Fisher of Men channel down?
Oh yeah, they shut down 2 of his channels. One is called Fisher of Men 2, I think, and the other one is Arms Militia. They shut those down.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time.
They're trying to. Those were his channels that were probably the most monetized. And
He says it's because he said that Obama's gay.
Yeah, the Secret Service came and visited him, and part of his probation stipulation was his probation officer said he cannot use the word faggot. So, what kind of probation stipulation is that? I mean, we're telling Americans what they can say and what they can't say, and we're taking. You know, he didn't have any strikes or he didn't have any penalties, community guideline strikes on his channel when they took it down.
No, just went.
That's horrific.
Straight down.
Yeah, it just went straight down. He didn't. He was a clean channel, and I think they took it down. And you know, my position on making money off YouTube is our channels are non-monetized, and that's a decision that we make. But if other people want to monetize their channel and help them engage in the war, you know, in what they consider a more effective way, I'm all for it. If they want to make money off YouTube, hey, go for it. I don't have a problem with that. I don't do it personally because we get involved in such controversial stuff, like, you know.
Nobody wants to advertise on our channel.
Yeah,
anyway.
and not only that, but people would say that I'm being motivated to say what I say to draw a crowd, you know, like a shock jock. And I was like, no. I'm saying what I say because I believe it deep in my heart. Has nothing to do whatsoever with trying to make a dollar. But if people want to make money off monetizing their channel, I have no problem with it. My only feedback would be, if they are doing that, then don't tell me how to run my channel, right? You know, if people are running, I don't tell people.
Don't tell Rudy what
Yeah, I don't tell people how to run their business, right? And so I don't expect people to tell me how to run my business, you know. But I do think that if people, you know, I think what YouTube is doing is absolutely horrific. I think it's a huge violation of constitutional rights, freedom of speech, and I think they are targeting our good friend Fisher of Men, and I think they're trying to shut him up, and they should do a news story about that. That should be mainstream news. I think InfoWars should be covering that.
InfoWars, they won't cover anything that's important to me.
I think InfoWars should call Bryce Matthew Quellar, and it should be a big enough story that they shut his channel down. You know, Fisher of Men 2. I think he made his Fisher of Men 3 channel. He renamed it to Fisher of Men 2. But they had no reason to take his Fisher of Men 2 channel down. And that's a huge story that somebody needs to be covering. But why doesn't InfoWars cover all this stuff? Why don't they speak out for Schaefer Cox or Ed Brown or... What's up?
They're selling umbrellas in a rainstorm.
They're making money.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the other thing I have with the money aspect. If you're fighting this fight and you've been awakened to the evil in the world and you're not trying to correct it, right? Your focus isn't on trying to correct it, but you just say, hey, this is a situation that I find myself, and I don't really care about correcting anything. I just want to make a lot of money. And since it's raining so hard, why don't I just sell umbrellas? I got no respect for you. If your entire focus is not on fixing the problems, but just on to capitalize on the problem so you can make money, then I got a big problem with your motives. And I kind of throw InfoWars in that category, to be honest with you. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I did read an article that they finally wrote on their website about the Bundy Ranch situation and about the Longbow Productions, which was an undercover FBI fake documentary film company. And they went in and they filmed these protesters for their First Amendment. They all went there because the First Amendment was being violated. And the person they interviewed was another FBI informant. Surprise, surprise. And he's the only one that called for violence. But I don't think InfoWars printed that part, which is the main part of the whole story. I was so disappointed. And they know all about Schaefer Cox, and they know all about Pete Santilli.
How do you know they know?
Because of Mark Adams.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Mark Adams told them everything, and they won't even say his name. So I think what's happened is the bad guys looked around the country for the Christian leaders, and they just targeted them effectively using millions of dollars, millions and millions and millions of dollars to entrap and target and jail patriots and Christians. Oh yeah, we were going to talk about judgment, righteous judgment. God judges every day. Hell is the eternal, ultimate judgment. I judge the way I hope to be judged righteously.
I'm pretty sure there's a verse that says, "Judge righteously, not by appearance."
Yep.
And I think it's Matthew chapter 7, if I'm not mistaken. It says, "Judge not, lest you be judged." It's saying that however you judge, expect that same judgment to come back on you, right? So it's not saying don't judge at all. It's just saying however you judge, expect you to be judged the same way. And so don't be a hypocrite is what I read that. And, you know.
What else?
There's so many topics. You could talk about Skylar Barbeau. You could talk about Russell Landers.
Blaine.
You could talk about Blaine Cooper. The Marine thing, how he was abused when he was a kid.
That's another tricks, tips, tools, and strategies that the government uses to cause division.
Well, everybody wants to badmouth Blaine, but my question to the people who badmouth him: have you tried to reach out to him? Did you write him a letter and get his side of the story? I found an article.
We did.
I found an article that was very negative on Blaine Cooper. You know what I did? I printed the article. I put it in an envelope and I mailed it to Blaine and I said, "Do you have a response? Is there anything wrong with letting the prisoner who's been hid and stopped from communicating with anybody? Is there anything wrong?"
He doesn't even get his mail.
Yeah. Why can't we listen to what he has to say when everybody's bad mouthing him? And there's so many topics. I mean, we got Ed and Lane Brown, Russell Landers, Skylar Barbeau, Charles Dyer.
Oh, yeah. I said it before and I'll say it again. I need the government to step up to the plate and do their job. Because this is not our job that we get paid for. I'd rather be swimming in the pool and spreading the gospel more.
You're not doing this because you want to become...
No.
You're not expecting anything out of it?
No. I don't even want to do it.
Oh.
No, I would rather disappear into the night.
Oh, I see. I thought you were doing it because you just liked waking up every morning
and being attacked by trolls who take down my Facebook page. No thanks.
Well, the bottom line is it is a war, and
it's a war here in the physical plane. I know it's a war in the spiritual realms, but we have guys that are absent from their families and their children.
Have you guys seen a video of Blaine's two beautiful little girls who miss him? Oh, to break your heart, man. Same thing goes for Schaefer Cox. Same thing goes for Russell.
think the Bundys have 21 kids between the 5 of them that are in jail. Little kids.
Well,
Anyway,
I don't think the war's going to end anytime soon, so I wouldn't expect to get out to the pool very much.
I'm going. It's a beautiful day.
Hey, I got a new 308 DPMS coming in, so I'll let you guys see it once I get it. I think we're over 15 minutes, babe.
Okay, we're going. Bye. Thanks for listening.